Welcome everyone to another episode of the Warmup. I'm here with two of the other guys. It's me, Big Dip Chris. We also got Kev, RL, and Reg in the building. Say what's up to everyone who is tuning in on this lovely Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Guys, say what's up.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's up?
Cool. And if this is your first time rocking with us, this is a place where we talk about sports, current events, and things in between through the lens of Black culture. Bear, you can catch us every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform, whether it's Spotify, Apple, Google, Anchor, wherever you get your podcast pushed, we should be there. Or you can find us on YouTube. Hopefully you can see the video side of things, man, if you're on the YouTube side of things. And again, feel free to like, subscribe. If you like what you see, tell a friend and tell a friend. Hit the 5 stars on the audio side of things, the Spotify's and whatnot, the Apple Podcasts. It all helps the algorithm push us up more into the ether of YouTube/podcast kingdom, and we get more content directly straight to you. So again, just do your part if you think it's cool, and we're gonna keep giving you this hot content as much as we can. Also, check us out on the social media side of things. We're on Grindhouse NTWK on IG and Twitter. You can go to either one of those, or you can go to both of them and follow and see some of the latest news, highlights, or things that we deem relative to sports and or other non-sports related content. Finally, we can also have a Reddit, Grindhouse NTWK. Check us out there. And lastly, we do have a Discord, Grindhouse Network, where you can come in. It's a homegrown grassroots situation community. Come in, chit chat about sports, things of sports nature, friendly banter, and some off topic threads as well, where you can kind of jump in and talk about whatever you want to talk about. Again, in a safe free zone or safe zone. It's not safe free. I don't think that's a thing. Anywho, anything else you guys want to add to this intro?
I think you hit it all, man. You got that written down? Or you just been practicing?
No, I've been doing this for 100 episodes. I think I kind of got it.
How many episodes are you on?
Freestyling?
110. This is 110 episodes right here. So I had.
Oh man, we didn't even celebrate the big 100.
No,
I know, right? He did that silently.
we didn't. It was a silent celebration, But once we get to 1,000, if you're still here, yeah, we can celebrate that one. So
big. Like, what about 500?
Maybe. Y'all get like a $10 certificate to Starbucks or to Chuck E. Cheese.
We definitely celebrating that 100 subscribers. So y'all hit that subscribe button if you enjoying the product.
Definitely. Oh yeah, that's a momentous mile marker in the journey. So yeah, that's it. Anything else you guys want to add about it? I appreciate the open feedback.
Good.
You're doing a good job. You're killing it.
Cool. Appreciate that. Also, man, shout out to Tre Flo Productions, man. I always forget to add him in the plug. He's the music curator that supplied us with some of the background music, so we don't sound too boring. So again, shout out to Tre Flo. DJ. So shout out to Tre Flo. Check him out, man. We also got his links in the description boxes as well. So feel free to check out some more of his content, some more of his music. So, cool guy. So anyways, let's get into it, man. We're talking about the NBA season. It has been officially about one full month of basketball. We've gotten a chance to see who comes out the gate strong, who was slow to start, and who's doing just as expected. So we're just going to talk about some of the teams that have, surprised us one way or the other, whether it's underperforming or overperforming. And we're going to just start with some of the teams that we selected and kick it off with the Eastern Conference. The first thing is Boston Celtics. They were the NBA finalists, and they came up short against the Golden State Warriors. And then you saw the off-season drama that happened surrounding their coach, Ime Udoka, who was then suspended for the rest of the year. So now they're just kind of like sailing without a captain, essentially. And they are sitting at 11-3 right now, as of today. So what are you guys' thoughts on that, Reg, man? Are you surprised by where they are right now? Do you think that they have overperformed or over exceeded your expectations so far? What do you think?
For me personally, they overexceeded. I am surprised. At first I was like, that team, that core, they've been playing together for a while. I don't foresee a coach having a big difference. But then I thought back to when Mike Brown took over for a couple games for the Warriors and how that was a train wreck. So I was just like, a coach can have a big impact on the game. So I was thinking all the drama, everything going on, the news going around, the uncertainty, I thought that might affect them. And even at the end of last season, they kind of shied away from the task. They kind of, some people might use the term, phrase, choke or whatever. They didn't play well in the playoffs versus the Warriors and ended up fumbling the bag. So it is surprising for me, at least, to see them come out strong and build on the success they already had. I didn't think they could, but they're doing it. So that's how I saw it.
All right, Kev, how do you feel about that?
I'm gonna start off with a comment on that Warriors payoff. It was our defense. That was the Dubs defense that did that to them. They weren't ready for it yet. Tatum, he tried. He played really hard. I'm gonna definitely give him that. He played a lot of heart. He just couldn't get over the hump. But back to this season. I like the Celtics. I've always been checking for them. I've been seeing what they're doing. Reg, I know how you've been feeling about them, but I still was like, man, they got a good core set of guys. Smart, Tatum, and Brown. These guys have been solid. They've been showing themselves from the time that they surprised us against LBJ. Can't remember what team he was playing for at that time, but was it Cavs?
That was the Cavs. Yep.
Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah.
Given all kinds of trouble, and they've made their way to the Eastern Finals a couple times, and now last year they finally made it to the Big C. So I was hoping that they did exactly what they're doing right now, which is come out strong. They had some hiccups with the coach situation, but that didn't seem to affect them much. And maybe this new coaching change, maybe a positive thing. I don't know, but we know Ime was a pretty good coach. He took them to that level. So it was a big loss, but at the same time, some way somehow they're making it out, and I think they're going to continue. Really continue to hold that number one spot. I got my eyes on the Bucks for that, but they're doing what I expect them to do right now.
Okay, all right. Well, I will add an addendum to the other addendum that you added, in which the Warriors played tackling defense. We should make sure we highlight the proper defense.
Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about?
Grant Williams got what do you call it, man? I forget the name of the Goldberg. I feel like he just got hit with the spear. Yeah, he got speared a couple of times. I think there was. I feel like there was a couple of setups for the DDT by a certain unnamed player.
Do you feel like it was tough physical? It was tough physical playoff basketball, or do you feel
that's what I'm hearing?
Were the only ones. That's what it sounds
like. To me, it seems more so like there are certain things that people can get away with, and I feel like.
Because I know the name. I know the name. Whoever name you got, he don't get away with nothing.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's a fact.
Okay.
So let's put it out there. Like he barely gets away. Let me put it this way: he barely gets away with anything.
I've seen this dude do a couple of crotch violations in some playoffs. I've seen him sit on a person during the middle of a game. I've seen a couple of things that you shouldn't be doing in the NBA. However,
you're definitely talking about one person. I would paraphrase what Kev said, is saying that if anything, I don't know, get away, not get away, but he definitely got eyeballs on him, so it's scrutinized.
Yeah, a lot more. It's not, but the right eyeballs ain't making the calls. The ones who can make the call to tell him to stop doing that ain't doing it. That's all I've said.
Okay.
So, but it's okay. It happens. I just want to throw an addendum out there. I mean, you guys won the championship fair.
I feel like you're breaking the code. I feel like you're breaking the code right now, but that's okay. Josh snitching.
I'm not Josh snitching. I didn't release no names. I just said them people over there, all of them. It's a collective. It's
Hey,
a team.
team defense.
There you go, team defense.
He were number 23. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Anyone can wear number 23.
You got podcasts. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
I ain't saying no names.
You know, all right. So I just want to throw that out there. So, anyways, you know, I'm not really too surprised with this. They, you know, actually a lot of the teams who we're gonna talk about, I'm not really surprised by. The Celtics, they're not coming in. You know, although they did lose Ime Udoka for the season, I'm sure number one, Udoka is still having contact. I don't know what the rules and the loopholes and the specifications about suspensions means. Like, you can't text a person doing like off days, like obviously not in the game and not being in an arena and all that stuff. I get that, but you know, meet up for coffee, you know, as a friendly, you know, catching up and see how things are, see how the wife are doing or the lady friends are doing, you know, whatever. Oh yeah, here's the plays. I was trying to some plays. This is the plays I think y'all should. And I mean, it's not like there's a new head honcho in Boston Celtics to come in and just say we're gonna just change things up. It's an interim assistant coach, you know, or interim head coach. He's assistant coach. They're all from that same program, so I'm sure that they're going to not stray too far away. I mean, even when Steve Kerr was out for his sickness that year, and there was it wasn't Mark Madsen, it was the other guy. Luke Walton. Luke Walton was coaching for a number of games. They didn't really break steps. So I mean, to me, this is
their record season.
Yeah. So to me, this is more the same. So they've played with each other for almost like 4 or 5, 6 years. That core.
It's been a while. Yeah.
And so, what do you think? Someone, intern coach, gonna come in and say, "Yeah, we're gonna change it my way. We're gonna do run and gun, no defense, throw everything out that you learned." No, and especially in the short notice, no, it's gonna be.
I mean, it was only one season with Ime, right, or two?
That's his first season. This is his second season.
Yeah. That was his first season, and you know, a lot of their playoff success, them getting over the hump, was kind of attributed to him being a really good coach. So
yeah,
that's kind of where I was going with it.
And as you said, injuries from the Eastern Conference, key players, but.
That's what I say. What the narrative wasn't oh look at all the injuries. The narrative was, oh, look at this great coaching and look at how they've all, you know, progressed and reached new heights. It wasn't fair. A lot about what the other teams didn't have. It was a lot about what they did have. So
yeah, but I agree
that
with
framework.
You. But I agree with you. I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's whoever's in front of you. It's a war of attrition sometimes.
Yeah, maybe like that.
Yeah.
So,
I do got a follow-up question though. I do got a follow-up question to your take with this texting and loopholes and all that stuff. So you think Ime still has a stake and an interest in Boston Celtics, especially given, you know, the situation with the Nets where he was up as supposedly a number one contender for the head coaching position, and then that fell through. And it seems like they allowed him to do it. They were willing and happy to give him up. You still think he has a stake and an interest in how they're doing and if they're doing well or not?
I think so. I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't. It's like, say, you know, oh, you got suspended from your job with pay, or I don't know if he's getting paid or not, but let's say you know, they want you back. Like, after suspension's done, you're gonna go back to, like, your job is still there. You haven't been let go, so they still having you currently on a payroll, even if it's, you know, a suspension. And yeah, go look and see what, you know, if another employer wants to go and get your services, you be out here like, yeah, I'll take the interview, and if it don't go well, I can fall back on this that I know, like, I already have this job. So, you know, unless they fire him, in which he still gets paid anyway. I mean, I don't see where he's gonna lose it. I would be invested as long as you're not going to fire me, because you're still gonna pay me. So that's kind of my take on it. But
I strongly disagree. I feel as though ain't no shadow coaching going on right now. I think there's obviously going to be some kind of transition, some kind of handoff. They left on, at least him and the assistant coach left on good terms. I absolutely do believe there is an incentive for you to not keep that thing afloat, because if it starts looking bad, they're gonna be like, oh, whoa, maybe we got to rethink this whole year thing. So I don't think he's shadow coaching them. I think, he had a good system in place. The assistant coach was there for the building process, and they just taking it from there. That's how I see it.
Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see by the end of the year how this shakes out and how
Yes, we will.
will fit into this situation in off season. Moving
I'm
on.
gonna be checking for an earpiece and ear mizzou in coach's ear now.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know what? It could be there. It could be there. Check the phones, you know what I'm saying? Or destroy the phones if you're in Boston, you know what I'm saying? Take the hint from Tom Brady. So, moving on, man. The Brooklyn Nets, they have floundered out of the gates, and the whole situation that happened in Brooklyn between Kyrie, between Steve Nash, between just losing, Ben Simmons, everything but winning has been going on in the Brooklyn Nets. And they lost Steve Nash, they suspended Kyrie, and now they're like 4-2. They got a new coach, interim coach, Jock Vaughn, who has stepped up from the assistant coach position to finish out the rest of the season and is guaranteed through next season. And again, they're 4-2 now. Kevin Durant scored 25 straight points, I think, in all of his games. So it's not him. So are you guys surprised, Kev? Are you surprised at all by anything that's going on in Brooklyn as far as how they fare so far, or no?
This has always been an experiment that we've always talked about. Not really coming together, not really having the opportunity to come together, whether it be because of just actually we knew what it was. We kept saying these guys have some problems from the get-go with the podcast and the whole everyone's a coach. We've been talking about how we don't know who is who, what's what, where's up, where's down. So I'm a bit surprised that they're on this 4-2 streak right now. Given all the drama and all the situation that's happening. Is this what needed to happen? Are they better without Kyrie? Are they better without Nash? It's looking so. The short story that we got, it appears that for the very least, Jacques Vaughn has stepped up to the plate. He said, I'm ready. I got this. And whatever he's done since has been successful. We talked about KD still doing what KD does, so I don't think the absence of Kyrie is causing them to win. I think with Kyrie back in the court, that'll be a good 30 piece, 25 piece that they could get. I don't know if you would say I don't want his scoring, I don't want his ball handling ability, I don't want his skills on my team. So I'm a little surprised by the rocky start. With all that said, I was very surprised at the beginning how trash they were looking. Even more surprised now that they're winning with all of the drama, and that's where I sit. Will it continue? Will this trend continue? The trend of winning? I suspect so, and I hope so. That previous beginning with the rocky start, I think that could be behind them, and they're gonna stay on track.
All right, Reggie, how you feel?
I am surprised that where they are on both sides of that. I'm surprised that where they are because I thought a lot of stuff was kind of settled. There was a lot of drama in the offseason with KD demanding a trade and the ultimatum and everything that we seen and heard. But at the end of the day, I felt like they were all came together and it's like, all right, let's do this. We all in accordance. They just struggled on the court. I thought with Ben Simmons coming back healthy, the extra help, the extra man in the rotation would help out. He struggled, kept getting into foul troubles. He was looking out of sorts. Even the Simmons of yesteryear, sure, he's not going to shoot, but he can, he'll finish at the rim and he can lock down on defense. None of those things were looking at his strong suit. So a lot of this was, and we said it's been an experiment from the get-go, like, not going to have the defense. We never really had, most of us didn't have the strongest hopes, but we thought it was going to be a really good team to watch. And season after season, now it's like becoming, it's crazy that it's still surprising, but there's a surprise every season. So for me, it's surprising they are where they are. I do think that the success without Kyrie is interesting. Just like last season, they did have some success without Kyrie as well. But when they are short, man, you can see how that really puts pressure on the rest of the team. I think Seth was out for one of the last games that they lost against the Lakers. I think Seth Curry was out, and then other people, they were just a little bit shorthanded. Ben Simmons was also out that game too. So when there's a game like that, yeah, it's gonna be like, damn, if they had Kyrie. But I think the consistency in terms of like not having a lot of going on outside of the locker room does help. For whatever reason, we saw this with the Celtics. I don't know. I don't know exactly what to translate it, but Kyrie can get out of the picture, and you can see an improvement, even though he's a great player. So I don't know how to really put that in context, but it's something we've seen before.
Okay. Yeah.
That's just about it.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah. I hear you. I think that.
I like the coach too. My bad. Let me say the last thing about the coach. That I think he's a good pickup. He's doing some bold things from what I've seen. When Simmons was still healthy, they kind of put him coming off. They reduced his minutes significantly, and I think he's kind of coming off the bench almost, and then being surrounded by shooters. So that seems to be working for him. He's not getting in much foul trouble. He gets to play in his kind of element of distributing, being a point guard, and it seems to be a better fit. And that might be another big key to why they're finding some success.
Okay. Yeah, again, I'm not surprised. The thing that I've always said about the Nets is, especially in the beginning of the season and the last 2 or 3 seasons, where they got a bunch of people who can play offense. They don't really have a defensive captain. They don't have any defensive logic. And all of the players who they have on a team need to have the ball in their hand to be successful. And, that's just kind of what it turned out to be. This year, Ben Simmons to me wasn't going to add anything because he doesn't shoot. He's the opposite. So, and you would think it would be defense, right? And
they needed defense. Yeah, that's the thing.
But that's the thing, yeah. So, what first couple of games the dude had more fouls and shot attempts. He fouled out twice in like the first 5 games. So yeah. This is not showing me anything. And again, I'm not really impressed by Kyrie and Kevin Durant as 2 leaders of a team, because neither one of them have shown that they can lead a team. So I go back to, okay, so what's the pecking order? Who's gonna do this? What is everyone's job? Who's gonna get everyone in line? Who's going to, impact the game when the game gets away from them? When the game gets away from the team that they're on. So I don't see that with any of these players.
Outside of KD, you mean?
Well, I mean, even with KD, because KD doesn't shoot you back into a game. He can shoot. He's a great scorer. He's probably the best scorer ever. But have you ever seen? I mean, I've seen it with Steph Curry. We've seen it with Klay Thompson, obviously, right? Klay Thompson can shoot you back in the game. If you guys get a little bit of momentum going, he can just knock down, just shoot shots without even dribbling, right? So Kevin Durant, can he do that? Can he come down and take over and change the momentum of the game and make his team get that momentum back, or slow down?
I want to say I've seen that multiple times this season. He could shoot you in the game, but on the other end, if y'all not getting stops, right? What are we doing here? Right?
Oh, yeah.
We just So I think he can do that takeover, but if the team can't play enough defense to get stops on the other way, then like, what is it doing? Because I've seen him come back, get a bucket. Yeah, like back to back, hot. Like he's the only one doing it. Yeah. So it's not that I won't say he doesn't have that switch. He has it, but are you guys getting stops on the other end?
Yeah. So yeah, you're right on that. And so then again, on the other side of that court, who's the defensive captain to say, hey, I'm gonna need y'all to lock down, or hey, I'm gonna get the guy, I just need y'all to get the rebound, or let someone else shoot the shot, not this guy here, right? So again, it's always been like, this is just a really bad chemistry project. It just doesn't.
I agree.
They don't combust.
At this point, I thought Ben might be that piece, because like you said, they need more offense. So bring out the guy. He's not getting the shots, that's fine, but he'll box out. He'll get the rebound. He'll play defense. He'll get some blocks, maybe some steals, and get a couple buckets in transition. None of that. It's foul trouble. Missing free throws. It's all kinds of stuff. Like I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm rooting for you, Ben. Do
I
something.
know, right? Do you think it's just the rust and just needing to get back into the groove, or is it just he still has some struggles that he needs to, resolve?
I think
I
it's a
would like to
mental
say
issue.
maybe the. Okay.
No, you fine. I just don't say it's. I think it's a mental issue, but I'll leave it at that.
With the games I have seen him play, I almost wonder if that back is still bothering him a lot. Just the lack of aggressiveness on offense and just the rickety defense. Like, I just wonder if maybe he's still struggling with his back, but it could just be a mental thing. But his mental wasn't, at least from what I understood, was more about his unwillingness to shoot. Unless that's leaked into other aspects of this game, I'm wondering if it's just that lingering injury. I don't know what to say there.
Well, y'all saw that.
It's a lack of aggression.
Yeah, I'll say y'all saw that clip where he was being yelled at by Kyrie to shoot it.
Of course.
He
Shoot.
didn't even look at the basket. That's not a
Yeah, I
back.
remember
That's
that.
not a back issue. I don't look at the basket.
Yeah.
So, that's what I think.
But to be fair, they also,
offense.
I think he also yelled at O'Neal too. I don't know if it was
Okay.
that same game, but it's been a consistent thing. Like, he's strongly encouraging his players. If you got the open shot, I need you to take that shot.
Sure.
It just can't be me and KD taking the shot.
Sure. Which I
That's,
get.
that's,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
that's on offense though.
Mhm.
What about the defense? Like that's not a problem.
That's
like
what
Red
I'm
was saying,
talking about.
has it trickled in to the other aspect of his game, or is that other aspect of his game being hindered by the injury, or just being a whole year out?
Yeah, and I would be more willing to accept it as a plausible statement that it's a back issue if he was aggressive and his defense was bad. Like, on offense, like, he's trying to, but he can't get the lift, or he's trying to, but like, I understand where if it's your shoulder or something like that, you want to go up, but your body just isn't responding in that way. In which I would say, okay, then he's not ready. You go sit him down, further rehab, or you moderate that, you take care of that, because a bad back NBA player ain't gonna get you far in any type of production. So I would expect that the the Brooklyn Nets did the due diligence and made sure that he was actually healthy to go, and everything else now is just finding the confidence to play, which is more mental, and that could be coming from a legit injury situation where now you have to be able to mentally trust that you're able to do the task, because and not feel like you're gonna get this tweak, or you're gonna have this lingering pain if you do X, Y, and Z. So
Correct.
again, either he's unfit to play right now, or it's mental to me.
I agree. Yeah, that was going to be my next question. How the mental plays into the potential way in which he views his body, and being nervous about taking action. But
Yeah,
either way, it's all. It looks like in his head. It looks like a lot is going on in his head. And
yeah. So yeah, we'll see how the Nets play out. The East is pretty stacked now. I mean, there's a lot of exciting teams, so you gotta compete. And right now they are sitting at number 12 out of 15 teams. So good luck. Moving on to the Hawks, man. They got lucky. They got DeJounte Murray, and they got Ice Tray, and they have been balling. Both of them averaging over 23 points a game, I believe. And it's just, it looks like DeJounte is just has been unlocked from the Popovich Spurs dynasty or organization, and now he's just playing like the dude has something to prove.
Free from the system.
Yeah, he's been unleashed, man. So what do y'all think, man? They're doing pretty well. They're sitting at number 3 right now. Reg, how do you feel about the Hawks?
Yeah, I mean, when I heard that John was going over there, I was like, okay, I can see how that could be a great fit. I know Herder's out of there as part of everything that went with that, but he came in. He's a great fit. He's playing well. He's playing well on the Spurs. Between him and Derek White, those were the names that I saw every time I was watching the Spurs before. Derek White ended up at the Celtics, and then DeJounte went on. I was like, oh, okay, let's see what happens. And they're playing very well. So much improved from last season so far. I hope they can keep it up. I think they can keep it up. So they're a young team. They can keep this going. I want to see it. I want to see more.
Awesome, cool. Kev?
Yeah, I mean they're exciting to watch. I appreciate what they're doing so far. They played the Bucks 3 times already for the season. They've won 2 of those games. That's an impressive team to win against. They've split the win with the 76ers. They're on an iffy territory right now, but we know what they're capable of, and they still got Embiid. And the teams that they're playing and the energy that they're showing, I'm happy for them because they had like an up and down situation happening a couple of times, and hopefully this is stability. Hopefully this is a recipe for success moving forward, and not all these different up and down situations. But DeJounte Murray, Spurs, man, like a Kawhi situation. He just left. He's like, all right, I'm out of this system now. I'm gonna show y'all what I got. Mm-hmm. Nice to see.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Like I thought this could go either way because I mean the Atlanta Hawks kind of had such that lull of a season last year that we didn't really know what the direction was, what was going on with them. It's good that they got Murray to kind of spike some life into it, and they actually trended in a positive direction because I believe Trae Young is great for NBA playoff basketball on the eastern side of things. And Murray is exciting to watch, actually. Like I said, once you got him out that Popovich system, now he can go be free, and you can just see how athletic he is. If he wasn't really watching the Spurs, you can see how athletic he is. You can see kind of that grip that he has and that edge that he has. So again, like I said, they're both averaging over 20 points a game, and it's working. It just injected a lot of life into an already fast-paced Atlanta Hawks team. So you have to now watch out for 2 people, not only just one off the backcourt. And they've had some really good quality wins. Now, I'm more surprised, if anything, about the Hawks. The number of wins, the quality wins that they have. They've beaten the 76ers, they've beaten the Bucks, they've beaten, who else have they beat so far here? They've beaten they beat the Knicks, but everyone beats the Knicks.
Yeah.
But they beat the Bucks twice. And that says a lot. I mean, they had some other wins too against like the Pistons, which is nothing, right? But
Pistons, bad.
They were competitive against the Jazz. So like I said, they're in the mix. Like they had some quality wins, mainly because against the Bucks. I don't know if that says something about them having that number, or if it's just kind of like early season, just kind of getting up to speed, and the Bucks still missing Middleton, so we don't really know how that fares. But everyone they put in front of them, I feel like they're really beating up, or at least making it very difficult to beat them. So, this to me is, I'm a little surprised. I'm not heavily surprised, but I also know the Eastern Conference is just one of these conferences where the most sound defensive team could be 8th place, and the most offensively reckless teams can be at the top for a week or 2 or for a month, and then next month it shuffles, right? So we'll see how this kind of goes, but yeah, that's kind of how my take on the Hawks so far. So yeah, that was me on the Hawks. We can move on to the Blazers. Western Conference. Blazers are number 1 right now in the standings. Anthony Simons has been going off. Dame Lillard has been going off. Chauncey Billups have everyone playing like they got a chip on their shoulder as well. And this is his second season as a coach. Second year as a coach. Last year wasn't that great because he didn't have Dame Lillard. He had a injury situation. Then McCollum had an injury situation. So this is his first year.
And he ended up leaving the team. Yeah.
Yep. But this is his first year with a healthy squad now. So they've been balling. Like I said, Anthony Simons, Jeremy Grant, Nurkic. So
and even like we talked about pre-pod, Damian was actually missing a couple games.
Yeah.
So they did have some injuries even early off in this season, and they still found a lot of success.
Yeah. So they're currently, like I said, sitting at number 1 right now, 9-4. They had again some good quality wins. But are you surprised about what you see so far with them, Kev?
I'm surprised that they're number one.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Just given the West and all these, I'm a little surprised they're number one. We talk about a different team later on, but I'm surprised some teams aren't up where they're supposed to be, and I'm surprised Blazers has taken that spot. I'm not surprised by Dame Lillard. You know, he does Dame like things. You know, it's Dame time. Anthony Simons. What can I say about him? He stepped up. He's stepping up. I like what I see from him, but I'm definitely surprised at this number one spot. I'm not overly surprised of how well those two guys are playing and that contributing to wins. But I'm just surprised that the other Western teams aren't just better than them right now. I don't know what else to say. Like I expect the other teams to be better than them. Will they continue this trend? I'm not too sure if they'll stay number one. Do they have the skill sets to hold on to it? Potentially, but I think some of these teams are off to some shaky starts. The Nuggets are right behind them, and they just got back Murray, so he's still working back into the system properly. I still think they'll make some damage. Suns are still right there in the mix, and they could always just take over. So it'll be hard to hold that spot in the West, for sure. But Mr. Big Shot, Chauncey Billups, I really liked him as a player. I think he was a general as a player, so I could easily see him transition into coaching position even before he got that job. So when he got it, it was like great, happy for him, seeing what he could do. And now he finally got a year with some healthy players, with his star back, and I think he has a good basketball IQ, and I'm seeing it in works right now, and I appreciate that.
Okay. Reg, how you feel?
Yeah, you never know what those floor generals. And Steve Nash was a floor general, and they didn't really work out.
Facts.
But I think he had less egos to deal with, and he probably is a little bit more of a stronger-willed person. So that probably worked in his favor. But Chauncey's doing a great job over there. Anthony Simons has been showing growth year over year, and he's just continuing on that trend. Nurkic is still bringing what he brings to the table, that edge. I know they've had a couple of, situations where he's kind of even just daring people to shoot. He's been really feeling himself. Jeremy Grant's been doing his thing. I feel like it's a little bit quieter, but when I looked at the stats, he's still getting his about 20 points per game too. So this is probably one of the better squads they've had in a while. Column I liked, but towards the end of his tenure over there, it just wasn't materializing. Seems to find new life in Pelicans, so they have a really solid squad. Like we all said, we're not surprised that they're doing well. I'm surprised they're number one for sure. I did not expect them to be number one, especially if you were to say Dame Lillard missed a couple games in this small sample size we already have that they'll be number one. I wouldn't believe it. But let's hope they can keep something like this going. I don't think they'll be number one throughout the rest of the season, but I'd like to see them get deeper into the playoffs and just keep building on the success.
Are they in there? Are they in the playoffs, in your opinion?
Oh yeah, I think if they stay healthy, I think this team can make the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree.
Me too.
So I'm looking at this win-loss, these people who they beat. I am surprised at the number one. That's probably the most surprising. I'm surprising that they are. I don't know what the defensive rating is right now. I guess I could look it up, but if anything, I'm surprised at Anthony Simons breaking out more and more. I mean, he was already a breakout for me last year, and it seemed like he's just now more in fuego, more streaky. Like the dude can just become unconscious at any point in time in the game and just throw up shots, and they're just falling, and you can't do anything about it, which that's very rare to happen, and there's not many players who could do that in the NBA. So but Nurkic is still doing, like, everyone is doing what they're supposed to do. Jeremy Grant and Nurkic are physical players, and again, Damian Lillard is now, he doesn't have to be present. As you said, he missed a couple of games where they can still put up a lot of points. And again, a lot of that goes through Anthony Simons being in the backcourt. And so, yeah, I mean, are they good? Yes. number one, maybe because of their schedule. I'm looking at who they beat. They beat Sacramento, Phoenix, LA, or the Lakers.
Phoenix twice.
I'm sorry.
They beat Phoenix twice.
Yeah, they beat Phoenix twice. Yeah, Houston, New Orleans, Charlotte, Miami,
Denver.
Yeah, Denver. And like that's it. They lost to the Suns. They lost to the Mavericks. They lost to Memphis, and they lost to Miami. All teams who probably gonna be in the playoffs. So, again, the schedule may have helped a little bit. They've played more games. No, it's about tit for tat. They played probably about half and half, home and away. But yeah, I would like to think that it's gonna be sustainable. I think once you get into the depths of the season and things start to even out, and then they have to play some of these season teams a little bit more, they'll start to drop off maybe 2 to 4 spots, right? So I think they'll be okay. I'm not too surprised.
That's exactly where I see them, to be honest.
Huh?
That's exactly where I see them, like 5, 6.
Yeah.
By the time the season's over.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think they're fine. I would like to see them in the playoffs because I do like to see Dame time, and I'm a big Dame fan as a player. So, and like I said, the team's young, so if they can stay healthy, man, sky's the limit. But they gotta stay healthy. So it reminds me of the New Orleans Pelicans as far as identity right now. So. So
not a bad place to be. I do really like Anthony Simons. Like he's been going in his bag. Like the type of the shots, the difficulty of the shots he's been hitting, like it's really high level. So if he can keep that up, it's definitely gonna help Dame.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So, all right. Anything else on Dame time? I mean, Portland. All right, well, let's move on. We can move on to the most
right the first time, Dame time.
So, let's pull out the Jazz, man. I mean, this is probably the most surprising, I guess, for a lot of people. So much that they actually made news or airwaves. They got some airwave time on ESPN because of the surprising start that no one saw coming. And so, yeah, the Jazz, man, they started off. I think they're undefeated for a while before they finally started to lose, and they are sitting at currently 10-5 right now. But they had that hot start, man, and I think it was just them and the Bucks at one point in time they were undefeated, and they finally started to lose some games. But because of what happened in the offseason with them losing so many key pieces between last year and the offseason, only person who was left, I think, was Jordan Clarkson and Mike Conley. They were like, this season's a rebuild year, like. This is a wash season, but don't tell the players that because they was out here balling. So, yeah, Kev, how do you feel about this team? Do you feel like this is a surprise for you?
Where did the guy marketing came from? Like, I don't remember him, but he let his name be known right now. Yeah. Like he's out there, he's doing his thing. Clarkson is the guy who I expected to step up and really take over the team. He's doing pretty well too. He's averaging about 18 points. But he was a 6th man, and I always liked his play. To me, he had a lot of confidence. His decision making, to me, he was decisive. He doesn't hesitate, and I appreciated his game. Sexton, he just joined them, right? He joined them.
He got traded. He was in the trade from with Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Donovan Mitchell.
Marketing came from that too. Marketing came from that too, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Donovan Mitchell, not Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert was for
Timberwolves.
Yeah, that's for Timberwolves, but I think there was just some picks and some cash or something like that. But Donovan Mitchell was the big trade that got Sexton and Marketing. Marketing used to play for Chicago as well.
Okay. That's where he came from. He maybe got overshadowed by Levine and them boys there, because his name wasn't on the radar for me until now. But I love the fact that they have this nice even distribution of scoring. Shouldn't say completely even. He's still up top, but like there's a lot of guys in double-digit figures. You know what I mean? Averaging double-digit figures. And Mike Conley, I'm surprised he's not too up there in the points category. I don't know what's happening there. but he's definitely contributing with his assists, and he has that veteran swag to him. So I guess he's helping in that arena with these other athletic guys around him. But surprise, of course. I mean, hands down, we expected this to be a tank team getting ready for lottery picks.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe it's an accident. I don't know, did they not get the memo? I'm not sure what's happening right now, but these boys are here playing for real. And they're putting the West on notice, like, you better not come in here thinking you're going to get an easy dub. And I like that. It's a sport. I like competitive competition. So I love the fact that they're not just out there just taking a season off.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's something to be said about that, man. The competitive spirit, man. You got to keep that, in the center of all your competitive play in any sports. So don't take a day off. Don't take a week off. Don't take a month off, man. That doesn't make any sense. So, Reg, how you feel?
Same thing, man. A lot of these players, they've been players to watch for a while, just from the rookie seasons. Jordan Clarkson, not on this team, but D'Angelo Russell. A lot of these guys that played with each other, they've been, they had some shine there. So it wasn't surprising too much to see Clarkson keep building on that, but it's been enjoyable to watch. You see some old pieces like Kelly Olynyk coming over here from the Heat, coming in making a contribution. So that's always good to see some veteran players. But I've never seen a team ship away their superstars and then all of a sudden just start doing better than they did before. In a small sample size, like we'll see over the course of a season if they can keep this up. But it is very surprising that they're having this amount of success with those big moves they did. So yeah, we'll see where it goes with them.
Yeah, I like the Jazz. I didn't think they were gonna be as effective as they were. Obviously, I don't think anyone saw that coming. I think if you said that you saw that coming, you either are a Jazz fan or you're a liar. But, I am happy for Mike Conley, just so he won't be in a tanking season or a ownership or organization that's just like they don't care. They obviously made some very ingenious or super genius moves off season, and they just made these basically pieces fit. And yeah, Jordan Clarkson finally getting the start. Colin Sexton hasn't disappeared off the radar after having being injured all of last year. And they have other people, THT, Malik Beasley, who again they're good plug and play players. And again, aside from Mike Conley maybe or Jordan Clarkson, you don't expect marketing. You didn't expect marketing to do anything. No one knew who marketing was unless he was from Chicago. He also went to Cleveland. I think that's how they got done. That's how they got over to Utah. But yeah, he played one season in Cleveland. No one was like, oh yeah, marketing. That's a good trade for. I'm sure people was like Donovan Mitchell for who now? Colin Sexton and a bunch of other players. But those other players, Malik Beasley and all of them, they're basically making their way. And it's productive for.
It seems like a mutually beneficial trade too.
Exactly.
Yeah, because Cavs is doing their thing too. So yeah, great trade.
Yeah. So
those GMs are winning. I don't know if these other GMs, Lakers, Brooklyn, y'all need to take notice.
Oh,
for real.
Yeah. So yeah.
76ers is another one.
Yeah. So this is the most surprising. Obviously, I think everyone thought that this was a done deal. Do y'all think they're gonna stay at this apex for the rest of the season, or y'all think they're gonna come back down to reality and fall somewhere between 5 and 8 seed?
I think something like between 7 and 10, to be honest.
7 and 10. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna go 6 and 9. So
Okay.
Yeah, right around there. I don't think they're gonna get the fifth seed.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
And 6 would be a big, huge win for them, because that means you're in, right?
That means you're in indefinitely.
You're locked in.
Yeah.
So play in is what you're saying.
And a lot of players have a lot of players have been frustrated with that. So I think that the good thing about the play-in, there's gonna be a lot of guys trying to make sure they're not in that bottom. So it's gonna get real competitive towards the end of the season.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. We'll keep an eye on the Jazz. Obviously, they'll probably start making some of those NBA TV spots or NBA on TNT or ESPN on Friday spots. So we're gonna see a little bit more of him.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's why they put Memphis down twice.
Yeah. It was a back-to-back actually. It was a back-to-back in Utah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And the first game, I think Ja didn't play. The second game, Ja did play, but it didn't matter. They're good. They're good group of guys. So we'll see how it goes. So, all right, moving on. The Warriors. They I don't know what's going on with the Warriors, man. Ever since the punch,
Sub Nation.
they've been. It's not even that, you know what I'm saying. It's more so the fact that their away record is so horrendous. Like it's like two different teams, right? Their away games are horrible. They're losing the team they shouldn't be losing to, and the home games are they find a way to win. So what's going on with the Warriors,
They
man?
winless, or they got to win on the road?
Less. No, did it just get one? No,
That's what I was confused about. I know they were 0-7 or something like that. I don't know.
They were 0-7.
They're still 0-7.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Man. So that was that game. Yeah.
So y'all tell me what's
it's
going
beyond
on.
horrendous. It's beyond horrendous. I don't know if you call that horrendous.
Crystal ball. I would not have thought that they're just lack of, I don't know what you call it, I don't know what it is. I would have thought the punch, that was going to be a big thing. The punch, the least of the worries. I think we all moved on from the punch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all even still think about that?
Yep.
No.
Think about it.
I don't think about it. But they be doing some good.
I feel like I seen them interact just fine. They don't seem to be holding a grudge. They seem to be getting along. They seem to be talking, be engaged in huddles and on the play. Like, I don't feel like that messed with the team chemistry as much as speculation was saying. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to put a finger on what's going on. I know a couple games where the starters have had built up a mountain, and then they put the bench in, and you just see that thing disappear. I don't know if it's just the bench guys needing to get it together. I can't put a finger on. I know Clay's been struggling recently. I don't know I don't know. Okay. It's tough to see it.
Okay.
It's surprising to me. Surprising.
It is surprising. But as I said pre-pod, I'm buying on the dip. I'm buying on the dip. But I never sold, so I'm just collecting more stock. Yeah. Anybody there who's selling, I'll take it. You know what I mean? I'll take your stock. I'm good. Because I'd rather this happen early in the season and we figure out whatever it is, because I can't see it. I'm watching the games and I still can't see it. It's just like I can't see it. Certain players that were supposed to go well are not going well. Certain shots that should be made are not being made. Like we mentioned, Clay is really struggling, man. Like he'll make some timely shots, but he also be like flat shots, a lot of misses. That I think throws the whole flow out of rhythm. And I don't know about the bench players necessarily. Those guys are really, really young, and they still have some work to do. Definitely agree with that. And I don't know if they're the Achilles heel. I still think they tend to hold the fort sometimes, or even push the game a little bit more ahead for the bench players, for the starters. So when they come back in, they're not working with a deficit. So I don't know what to pinpoint about the Warriors right now. I'm very surprised, but I'm not alarmed. I'm not even a bit concerned. I'm not even slight. Like, I'm looking at this stuff like, what y'all doing? Okay. Turnovers, there's still a problem with that. They've been a high turnover team. It seems to be the nature of their play that you might have to live with that a little bit. But maybe they clean that up, start tightening that up a little bit, and get back to where they need to be. It's unexplainable. It really is. It's unexplainable. They lost to the Lakers. I don't understand what's happening.
He said they lost to the Lakers. That's the barometer.
that was like the low point. It's like the Lakers.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, they lost to Detroit too, and Orlando. Like a lot of teams you just wouldn't expect it. So it ain't just the Lakers, but man, sack. I don't know, man. It's just weird. It's just Twilight Zone games.
It could be that, hey, these are the returning champs that we're gonna test ourselves. We're gonna push ourselves. If we can beat them, we'll be all right. Maybe there's some of that going on. Maybe these teams play against the Warriors a little bit harder.
It could be, but where's the reaction? Where's the counter? Right?
It's
Yeah.
hard to do a repeat, man. It's hard. The words of the case study is hard. There are struggles. You don't just walk back into it. So I agree with you though. I think they're growing pains. I think they'll figure it out. I'm not gonna make the same mistake. The Warriors have proven themselves. Was it 2 seasons ago? Steph went. They didn't make it, but Steph had a phenomenal end of the season. And last season, they went all the way. So I'm not counting them out. I'm gonna buy low too.
That's good, man. I'm glad you guys are buying low. It's probably what you should be doing at this point in time. The reason y'all don't know what's going on, I can tell you what's going on. The Warriors have injected and basically relied on their young talent to fill in the gaps that were left behind. They lost Gary Payton the second or third or whatever his name is. They lost Otto Porter.
PP2.
And I think they lost someone else who was a veteran.
Juan Toscano.
Iguodala, Juan
veteran.
Toscano. Iguodala, he's a shell of himself. He's still just there playing the Haslam role. But again, so like you're injecting Mooney, you're injecting Kuminga, you're injecting Wiggins, and they don't have that same level of experience. So that's probably why, like, it's especially on the road. Maybe this is why they're 0-7 on the road. Role players play worse on the road, traditionally speaking. So, again, it comes down to their younger players, right? The less experienced players, aside from Jordan Poole, who got tons of time last year and the year before to become the person he is now. Kuminga and Moody didn't have that same opportunity, so this is their time now. So this is why I say buy on them though, because the more experience, you go ahead and take these L's in the beginning, so you can become more exposed and learn to where now by the middle of the season, where they actually need you, now you can be able to learn how to close, and now you know how the flow of the game works a little bit better. So I would say that they I'm looking at their roster and who they've backfilled with, which was basically they just said we're gonna go with our homegrown first and second year players and Wiseman.
Yep.
Yeah, like it's gonna be tough. So y'all going through the growing pains of forcing your young players to play, second season in, third season in, and it's similar to the Grizzlies. They did the same thing. They got like Aldama, who's like a second year guy, who's isn't supposed to be having these amount of minutes because Jaren Jackson's out. He has that time and he's starting. And this is where he has his time to where like he can nurture himself. Same thing with their rookie. They got LaRavia, they got Roddy, who's like on there coming off the bench because Zaire Williams is out, because Jaren Jackson's out, Desmond Bane is now out, because all these other players are out. So you're letting them learn the game by playing the game, right? So
they have to.
So you're only going to get better in that.
Learn.
Yeah. So I think Golden State, they're going through those growing pains. I'll give it to like maybe January, February, right before All-Star break, or maybe right after All-Star break, where it starts to click for them. Maybe if by that time it's still looking atrocious, it's a wash. But I don't believe it's going to be that way. I believe that something's going to happen. And they won't be number one. They'll probably be somewhere between that 3 or 4 seed, and they'll work from there. So,
number one, baby.
I think
we're going all the way to the top.
All-Star break.
all right.
I think if by after All-Star break, if Klay Thompson is still playing, then it would be that'll be the one. That would be a danger. That would be a panic for me.
Okay.
He's concerned me. If there's anybody I'm concerned with individually, is Klay Thompson right now. I'm concerned. Okay. I'm happy with Moody. He's looking good. J. Poole has had a couple of shaky games, but he get it together. He's getting new attention. But Moody, when he gets clicking, man. I like that dude.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
They sent a Wiseman to the G League, so
hey,
we'll see.
Hey, you gotta get your runs in. So if that means you're not on the bench and you
gotta get the minutes, just like he just said,
you
gotta get the minutes. You gotta get those minutes to get better.
Yeah,
you gotta get the minutes. Yeah, when you get them, he's productive.
Yeah. So last but not least, man, the Lakers, man. Look, they're 3-10. Westbrook is on. He's off. He's injured. He's not injured. He's on the bench. He's coming off, off the starting lineup. He don't want to play start. He don't want to be on the bench. There's a whole bunch of stuff, man. AD out. He in. He out. LeBron, he just playing like, bro, what is y'all doing? Ham is out here drawing up plays, but it fails. No, let's not foul. Like there was a play. So I don't know, man. It's a lot.
I remember that one.
So
I think he just will help on the clipboard to help to the TV screen.
Yeah. So a lot of people, again, it's the Lakers' big market. It's LeBron is there. Anywhere LeBron goes, there's always expectations that he should be in the playoffs. Right? He's a playoff caliber guy. He's he's a big ticket draw. He's a main event, and they're 3-10. Tell me what's going on, Kev.
You said last. I'm surprised at how atrocious they are. I'm not surprised that they're a losing team. I didn't expect them to have much success, and I didn't even expect any playoff contendership. So having a poor season is what I expect. Being this bad is not what I expected. You said last but not least. They're last, and they're pretty much close to least. They're one above the Houston Rockets right now. Yeah. Doing just as bad, if not worse. No, just as bad as the Detroit Pistons. So they just on the losing column, they just have a little bit less losses, but close to least, man. They're not doing well. LeBron is still getting his numbers up there for his. We keep saying for his age, but I don't want to make that be a factor. But let's just say for his 20th season, you know what I mean? That's a lot of mileage that he has on his body of just playing the sport. He's still looking sharp. In my opinion, he's still looking strong. A couple times we talked about the Lakers and you said he's not looking like he's hungry. But right after we had that conversation, I don't know if the universe was showing me a sign or something, but right after that conversation, I see the next game he's chasing down blocks. Like he didn't quite make the second one, but he was chasing down blocks. I'm like, wait, what are these guys talking about? Am I missing something here? He looks hungry. He looks like he's out there playing. He's on the defensive end doing his thing. He's on the offensive end doing his thing, getting rebounds, getting assists, doing what LeBron does. His numbers look like what they always look like. Not as great as last year with respect to the offensive output, but hey, man. Otherwise than that, if he keeps doing what he's doing, and maybe he can do what LeBron does, which is bring the team together, put him on his back, and try to motivate everyone to just be a better team, get more cohesive, and make these things work. As of now, I don't expect a great team. I don't expect this bad of a team.
Team too heavy, bro. Team too heavy, bro. You can't put this one.
It's too heavy.
the last team, this team gonna have to get it together and stand with him. This team cannot get on his back. The last team that was able to get on his back was probably that Cavs team that got swept by the Lakers. I mean, by the Warriors. There's no more. This age, we're not gonna make it an age thing, but at the same point, like on this trajectory, these people gotta meet him where he's at. Westbrook should be proven. AD should be proven. I don't know why people like Schroeder are not playing. I don't know if he's injured or something. We need everybody to come and sign up. They got some guy off the street. If there's gonna be a feel good story, the Matt Ryan dude, he coming out here. He was just Uber driving. Now he out here shooting threes for the Lakers. So everybody got to come in and do something, bro. Like we can't just watch it. It can't be to watch LeBron do the things. Show it. We need people to support him. I know we shouldn't be surprised, but I'm surprised, bro. Like I was like, there's no way they could be that bad again. Like the kind of competitor Westbrook is, the competitor Beverly is. I'm like, there's no way you put these kind of people together and they're not gonna improve from last season. And lo and behold, at least thus far, we haven't seen the improvement. That's the panic. I will commend AD for relatively staying healthy and just, I hate that people get felt to be this way, but just gritting through the pain and playing and winning. He mentioned, I forgot, it was a couple games back. He's like, yeah, I had the back injury. I played through it.
He played. He did.
Whatever I can to make the game for the team. And they've gotten a couple wins this last game. He put up 37. So He's doing what he got to do for the most part. I think he can continue to be aggressive and build on it. He won without LeBron, so that should be encouraging. I think he did have those chase down blocks, but I don't know. Like some of the triple doubles or just some of the stuff I've been seeing from LeBron is just very motion. I'm going through the motion, get my baskets and do my thing. Like it doesn't seem not a knock on him, but it doesn't seem like an environment where winning is the culture or the environment or the expectation. It just seems like a grind. It's a very grind. Everything is hard. Everything is a battle. Everything is a struggle, not in a good way. You know, sometimes you could be like, yeah, we really pushed through it and we did it together. It's just like, it feels like torture. This season is torturous. I'm not even a Lakers fan. And I be watching like, okay, let's see. Westbrook coming off the bench. Let's see. Like, I want, Kendrick Nunn is healthy now. Let's see. And it's just like, damn, if that's what y'all been dealing with these past few seasons, God, shout out to Lakers fans.
He said, "Shout out to
it's getting to Knicks. It's getting to like Knicks level of territory of fandomship. It's just like, what else can go wrong? It's starting to look like that. But
they're partying in there.
I do think they're gonna find some. I think they're gonna find some kind of stride. I don't foresee them staying at the bottom forever.
Where are they gonna go if they make that stride? What's your ceiling?
I'm gonna say like 9-10. Give them a chance. I'm gonna say they got a shot at getting into it, and then from there, it's still is like we said, it's this core group of guys. Anything can go from there. Either they could fizzle out, not even make it from the 9 to 10, or they could go all the way. But it's gonna be an uphill battle. It's a long shot. It's the longest shot.
It's the longest shot.
I don't know what else he gonna do. It's LeBron. He don't got many more years left in the Lakers. He's coming back next year.
Yep.
He did an extension.
He did an extension.
Yeah. They can't be doing this playing thing though. Like they're not gonna make it to 6, but they can't be doing this playing thing. I think if they get the play-ins, it's gonna be tough. Maybe with LeBron, he can get you those dubs, but it didn't work out last year. I have no reason to think it's going to work out this year, and this year looks worse than last year. So,
in terms of the shooting, like I can't, for them putting themselves behind like this, I can't consciously even put them higher. I agree with you that they need to be higher to give themselves a cushion, but the way that they're putting themselves behind right now, I can't give them anything higher than 9 and 10.
I agree.
That's being gracious at this point.
I think so. Because you got to get some people out of there, right? You got to get Jazz out that list, maybe. You got to get Sacramento Kings out that list. Clippers, they're not getting out that list. New Orleans, I think they're gonna be too tough and rugged. They're gonna stay in there, and everybody else is a shoe-in. Memphis, Dallas, Denver, Portland, Phoenix. Yeah. So good luck to y'all, man. I'm still watching LBJ because I just enjoy watching him play, but that's just for entertainment at that point.
He's doing phenomenal things. Yeah.
So the issue with this tape is that LeBron James is still going through LeBron James. Like, he's still the main number one guy. When you have Anthony Davis, who is like what, 28, 27, 28, 29 maybe. The dude is still relatively young. He should be in his prime, his apex of his career, and he's not stepping up. I think he made a comment saying, "Oh, I'm gonna step up for my team," and it was when LeBron was injured. It's like, yeah, you should, but you should always.
He did step up.
But you should always be the guy at this point. I think LeBron was trying to give him the baton, and he just ain't taking it. Maybe because he ain't healthy. Maybe because, well, I can't even say that because when he was getting dunked on by Giannis, like, he didn't even have the fortitude, the competitive fortitude to be like, I'm gonna go back at this guy. I'm gonna let him know that you just can't sun me. And he was getting sunned in freaking Milwaukee, and that was last year. I don't think he's a top 5 player because he's not playing like a top 5 player, but he has the potential to play like a top 5 player. So, it should be Anthony Davis' show. LeBron is a co-star or 1B, and you have Westbrook filling in the gaps. Or you should have like Lonnie Walker. He's a very good guy coming from the Spurs. Very productive guy. And he's like the Bleak Monk, KCP archetype or like role or whatever, and he should be coming in and giving you guys the ancillary scoring of points, whatever. Like he's, they double team two of y'all. He's the one who's open. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know what's going on with this team outside of that. And as long as LeBron is number one guy now, because I don't think he's the best player in the NBA anymore. As long as he's the number one guy, he's averaging 24 points a game. Last year he was averaging 27, 28 points a game, almost 30 points a game.
Yeah, almost 30 points.
So he had to take a step back. Like, bro, I'm not doing all this work no more. I don't blame him.
Yeah, he shouldn't be.
So yeah, it needs to be Anthony Davis. It needs to go through Anthony Davis. He needs to realize that and just take the reins. And whether it be, bust or, being great or whatever, successful bust, it needs to start it in with Anthony Davis. And right now, it is starting in with Anthony Davis. It's starting 3-10. He don't want to take the reins. So, with that said, they can get to number 10 or 9 if they try really hard and and make it into the play-in. I think if you make it to the play-in, LeBron don't like the play-ins, but he better appreciate it if he gets the opportunity, because that's your only try to make it to the playoffs at this point. And I think at that point, if you become playoff LeBron, the playoff LeBron that we've seen in the past, where you could just shoot a 3-pointer with a botched eye and seeing 3 basketball goals, and can hit the one in the middle. That's your time to okay, let's push to the playoffs. Let's push to the first round, whatever. That's your entryway into the playoffs. You're not making it to the top 6 teams, or top 6 spots. So you have the ability, you have the star power, you have the personnel. You just got to do it. So that's how I feel about the Lakers. I mean, am I surprised about 3-10? Yeah, I would think that'd be more like 4-6. What's it like 4-7, 4-8, 5-8, something like that. Like somewhere around 500, but like right below. 3-10 is like that's one standard deviation plus away from 500. Yeah. So yeah, we see how that goes. So we didn't do it yet, man. I can go back and do it now. We can do the buy sell from top to bottom from who we talked about so far. Boston Seas, y'all buying or y'all selling?
Holding. I already bought.
Oh, okay.
I'm buying it.
Buy a little bit. I'm gonna get in on. I'm diversifying my portfolio. I'm gonna get in on some bucks.
Okay. I'm holding steady because they ain't gonna win the championship. So Nets, y'all buying or selling?
I'm gonna go bought.
Depending on the direction we going. Is Kyrie finding his way back?
Nah, bro. It doesn't.
You figure that out. You figure that out.
Yeah. Why don't you text him? Why don't you send him a message?
If Kyrie finding his way back, I'm selling, bro. At this point, it's always a thing. We can give him a pass for this thing. We can give him a pass for the last thing. We can give him a pass for the thing before that. There's 3 or 4 more things on that list, so it's too many things, man. It's always a thing.
Okay. So
I'm tired. I don't know if Joe's tired, but I'm tired.
I'm tired too. I'm tired. So, okay, you said you're buying on it?
No, why am I buying? I never bought. So if I had some, I'll be selling.
Okay, so you selling what you didn't have. I'm selling too.
Correct.
Dump that. That's a
It's shorting at this point. Oh man, God.
All right, Hawks. What y'all buying on them?
I'll pick it up a little bit of Hawks.
Oh yeah, I'm buying the Hawks.
Yeah.
I'm holding on it. It's not going nowhere. All right, Blazers buying or selling?
I like Jeremy Grant. I like Anthony Simons. I'm gonna buy. I like the supporting cast. Like Dame is Dame. Like it's the Android. It's the iPhone. Year in year out, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But the question was always, is he gonna have that supporting cast? Nurkic is dealt with injuries in the past as well. So I like the supporting cast this season. I'm gonna buy some on the Trailblazers.
Okay, buying. Okay.
I hear your report, and I like what I heard. I'm gonna buy too. I'm with you.
Okay. Well, y'all know me. I'm always buying Dame time, so he's always trending up for me. So like an apple, like an
He's
apple
been
stock.
like this.
No, man, it was just a little bit, man. It was 0.01% increase month over month. Y'all didn't see it. Now it's accelerated. It's all good.
Hey, inflation is eating up this dude. So
Oh man.
Show off.
Oh man. That's why he ain't gonna be number 1 in the seeding. He's gonna be like number 4, number 5.
Yeah.
But you know it happens.
Yeah.
So, all right. Let me see here. The Jazz. Y'all buying or selling?
I'm not buying the Jazz.
I'm selling, bro.
I'm selling. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's a feel-good story. Like that's an angel investor team. You got a little extra cash. And you just trying to make some of these dreams come true. Outside of that, like, nah, come on.
Okay. You just call them Theranos.
Great pieces. Yeah, they got great pieces, and I think a lot of these players are gonna have trade value if they don't want to keep this success and they want to just keep trying to go for further rebuild. They'll have to get rid of these guys. But it's not a rebuild team. This is a team that has some momentum, and if you get a couple pieces, you got a superstar on that team. You know they could be a contender.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Not the superstars that let go, obviously, but different superstars.
Okay.
Of course.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna hold on them. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna sell,
Yeah.
but I ain't buying either. So we're gonna just see how that goes. But yeah, they'll be in the mix. So you know, it's a win for them. So you know,
Yeah.
Warriors, y'all already buy. I know y'all buying them.
Yeah.
We already did.
I'm skipping
Yeah,
up.
I already
Yeah.
did.
Do you wanna add to that one, Chris?
No, I'm not buying on. I'm not buying on the Warriors. Like, if anything, I should be holding because you guys are disappointing me right now. You guys should be up there where we are. You guys are down in the with the let me see. Y'all with the not the Houston Rockets. Y'all with
You reading the wrong market report, man.
y'all with the Thunder
yeah.
down. Y'all down here with the Thunder right
see,
now.
Chris.
That's not market tactics.
buy
That's
the
not
short
market
thing.
tactics.
You gotta buy the sure thing, bro. You gotta buy the sure thing.
Bro, I'm not buying. You know what? I should be selling y'all based off of what this is telling me, but I just know that it's going to balance back out. Y'all gonna make it to the playoffs. So, but you guys should be up there where y'all supposed to be at. That's when I'll continue to buy. But you know,
By the time it's too
Stop
late,
being a
man.
market
It's too
leader.
late.
You being a market follower, Chris.
Yeah, it's not gonna be too high. It's gonna be too high for you, man. You won't get the chip for it no more.
You're gonna be kicking himself.
that's okay. I'd rather just wait and see for that team specifically. So, Lakers, y'all selling them?
I'm holding. I'm holding because I'll ride the loss. I'll just write that off of my taxes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's a loyalty stock. That's the one where it's just like, yo, I just wanna show people I got the ownership. Yeah, I got some shares. That's in my portfolio, but you know it's not really performing right now.
It's not a performer. No, it's not.
It's crazy because when the Lakers were a team, like I wasn't really pulling for them, but there's no way these guys can go out like that. It can't go out like that.
See,
I'm gonna say this. Look, I'm gonna hold, and if they don't make something happen, they need to trade AD. Like if AD doesn't, like we all was just talking about, if he doesn't take over and become that guy, they need to just go ahead and trade him. If LeBron is staying, because otherwise it's just we just ride the predictable. We just gonna keep doing the same thing and expecting something different.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. As a shareholder, I would agree with trading AD. I don't think he's.
Oh, you hold it too? You must sell it?
Nah, I'm a buy, but
So you
also
can vote.
as a stakeholder, I would be okay with advocating the trade of AD. He just, you know what? He's healthy right now. Go ahead and get him traded while he's healthy.
While he's playing, he's healthy.
He
playing
fooling nobody.
good.
Get you
He
some,
fooling nobody.
get you some interest, and then next night you can finesse it, man. Then he go over to New York, man. He break down instantly. So I mean,
Man, people holding their breath every time he gets a little bump and about to hit the ground. Ain't nobody out there being tricked by this healthy streak. It's like getting you a used car and just putting a new paint job on it and be like, here, take that. It's like, nah, dude.
Keeping him together with duct tape after every time out. They just duct taping him up.
Hey man, so something got to give, man. But he played all 12 games. He played more games than LeBron. He played more games. Played more games than Westbrook.
Hey,
That's why I gave him
No, I was
credit
about to
for
say,
pushing through it because I know he's dealing with some pain too. So he pushing through it for the team.
Okay. All right.
Sucks is
That's
not
what the
getting the
numbers
result
like,
they
man.
want, but he pushing through it.
Okay. All right, man. That's it, man. We can go ahead and wrap this up, man. It's kind of longer than 2 anyways, so I appreciate y'all's input on the ups and downs of the stock market of the NBA. And we can just begin with the sign-offs, man. Kev, what you got, man?
appreciate y'all rocking with us as usual. Everybody's gonna tell you the same thing, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Like, comment, subscribe, help us with those algorithms, and let us know who you buying, selling, or holding, and what you feel about the start of the NBA. Comment below.
Cool. Reg, what you got?
Man, I wish I had a factoid for y'all today. Shout out to the homie who's listening to action today, but just same thing, like, follow, subscribe. Thanks for rocking with us. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let us know what y'all think, man. Who y'all buying? Who y'all seeing? Was there somebody on this list that y'all thought was more surprising or had more of a story to tell than what we discussed? Interact with us. Hit us up on Discord. That's it for me.
Cool. And yeah, just make sure you like and subscribe on the YouTubes. And again, if you're on the IG, feel free to follow us at Grindhouse NPWK. You should be able to see those stickers on the screen. If not, check them out in the bio or in the description boxes of your respective podcasts. So again, we're here every Wednesday, guys. So until next Wednesday, I hit y'all with the deuces. So peace.